Today we're going to discuss the hiring needs for an office manager of operations for the company, home, and business mortgage, which is referred to as HBM. Recently, HBM endured several lawsuits within their organization which were related to discrimination. Consequently, they have instituted new HR practices. HBM's goal is to ensure that their company meets all governmental personnel regulations. Let's review a few examples of these regulations. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which is referred to as the EEOC, is a federal agency that administers and enforces civil rights laws against workplace discrimination. The EEOC investigates discrimination complaints based on an individual's race, color, national origin, religion, sex, age, and disability. The Commission also mediates and settles thousands of discrimination complaints each year prior to their investigation. Another law is the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, which is referred to as the ADA. This law was enacted by the U.S. in 1990 and is a wide-ranging civil rights law that's intended to protect against discrimination based on disability. Unlike the Civil Rights Act, the ADA also requires covered employers to provide reasonable accommodations to employees with disabilities. An example of this could be ensuring that you have accessibility ramps for wheelchair employees. Another important law is the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993, which is referred to as the FMLA. This is a federal law in the United States requiring covered employers to provide employees job-protected and unpaid leave for qualified medical and family reasons. The FMLA was intended to balance the demands of the workplace with the needs of the families. This act allows eligible employees to take up to 12 work weeks of unpaid leave during any 12-month period to attend to serious health condition of the employee, a parent, a spouse, or child, or for pregnancy or care of a newborn child. In order to be eligible for FMLA leave, an employee must have been at the business at least 12 months and worked at least 1,250 hours over the past 12 months, and work at the location where the company, also for the company to be eligible, they need to employ 50 employees within 75-mile range. The FMLA also covers public and private sector employees. So when you review a law like the FMLA, you can see that these laws all have specific requirements. Therefore, it's important that an office manager have an understanding of these laws and the complexity of them. So having discussed the importance of some of these laws, now let's take a look at the final candidates that HBM has selected for their new office manager. With the recent lawsuits, they're hoping to fill this position with an individual who can accomplish the expectations of the job responsibility in a professional manner while maintaining positive relationships with their coworkers. The first candidate is Carlos Gutierrez. Although he is young, he possesses the needed credential of the master's degree in business. His courses consisted of diversity management, organizational behavior, human resources management, and management. Carlos is currently employed at HRM, and his colleagues have praised him for his team-building skills. While Carlos has not managed a staff previously, his skills seem promising. The next candidate is Cheryl Huff. Cheryl has 15 years experience in the mortgage industry, ranging from executive assistant, payoff clerk, and loan processor. In her most recent positions as sales manager and residential mortgage closing coordinator, she was able to manage a staff of 5 employees, which would be a needed skill for HBM. Unfortunately, there were some concerns of her personality being the right fit, as there were some complaints from her subordinates about her demanding expectations. Although the job needs to be done, there are professional tactics that can be applied that are not so harsh. For the final candidate, we have Rose Mason. Rose is returning to the workforce after 12 years of raising a family. Rose holds a bachelor's degree in business and was previously employed by HBM as a former office manager, which means she would have the management skills. Although Rose was a highly respected employee, I do not think she possesses the current business skills needed for this position. Although I would recommend that she try and apply for a different position and work her way up, I do see that all of these candidates were either with HBM or currently with them, so I like the fact that they're trying to hire from within. This way they already understand the background of the company and the way they operate. With the recent discrimination lawsuits, I think these candidates will need to fully understand the legal regulations and keep current with them as new regulations are consistently released and updated. As an example, you take a look at the Affordable Care Act. They've released many new updates in recent years in regards to employment regulations. Also, in the business world, I think diversity is extremely important and needs to be respected in all work environments, as a diverse workforce can bring many talents from a vast array of backgrounds and life experiences. Also, communication is critical for any organization's success. In addition, it's important to ensure that all management level employees are trained on a regular basis to keep up with the professional development and growing trends to ensure the success of the organization. Therefore, my recommendation would be for Carlos Gutierrez. Thank you.